What's wild to me is that most men will drop a stupid amount of money on crypto. They'll dive headfirst into a business opportunity that could flop. They'll double their max bench press or maybe even their body weight or shred 60 pounds, 30 days. They'll do something extreme and break a bone or look like a fool. But when it comes to being rejected by women or texting her first or asking her out or saying what they actually freaking feel on a date or in a relationship, you hear that? Crickets. I get it. Dating is really personal, right? As men, it seems more risky than all those other things that I mentioned. Vulnerability feels like weakness in the relationship and dating sector of our lives. But there's a different reality behind it. The men who take risks in dating, like in all of those other realms, are the ones who build the relationships they want and they date the women of their dreams. And I know that sounds crazy, like, oh, dating the woman of your dreams. But the men who take risks, they actually do that. In this video, I'm going to break down why you need to take more risks in the dating world, what kind of risks actually move the needle, how to stop playing defense or being on edge in your dating life, and how you can have a fun time doing it. If you're serious about building a dating life that you're proud of, you should join the Dating Edge community. It's 50% off until my book releases in a couple of months. So take advantage of that, and here's what you'll get. You get real-time coaching from me. You get a full dating plan. You get feedback on all the risks that you're taking in the dating world. And you get a community of men who are going through the reps with you, just like you are. They're not judging you. We are moving forward together. Don't do it alone. The link to the community is in the description. Let's get into the video. Risk is built naturally in every part of masculine growth in the natural world and in the modern world. You can't get strong unless you're getting the repetitions in, and repetitions require risk. You don't start a business and it doesn't succeed without risking monetary failure, without risking public shame or personal embarrassment. You don't become a leader by acting like it when you know that you're going to win. You become a leader. You become strong in the gym when you're close to failure and you choose to push that bar up anyway. So why do men think that they deserve to date on easy mode? In easy mode, it's going to be that. It's going to be easy and it's not going to be worth it. You should apply yourself and you should have fun with taking those risks because it's damn exciting. I talk about this more in my book. Playing it cool isn't cool. It's controlled avoidance fueled by your insecurities and your fear of rejection. Masculine energy leads. It requires conviction, and it also requires that you give zeros because you're just sending it. It takes initiative. And by definition, it requires an element of uncertainty about the outcome. The reason that most men don't take risks and why they feel stuck is because they think that by waiting, playing it safe, maybe overanalyzing, seeing if a woman is into them first, will somehow land them the girl of their dreams. But you don't attract high caliber, beautiful women who are going to add so much value to your life by playing it safe. You attract and secure those women by being clear, by being bold, by being expressive, even if it doesn't work out. Because the one time that it does, all of those other rejections will have been worth it. Now let's get specific because I went real existential on your ass. These are the exact types of risk that you should incur in your dating life. Text her first without overthinking the timing, what emojis you're using, how she might respond. Just communicate proactively. Ask her out directly, not like, yo, we should get coffee sometime. We should hang out sometime. Oh, do you have plans this weekend? No, say, hey, bitch. Well, don't say that. Really don't say that. God, I'm going to get canceled for this. Shit. I'm having so many problems right now. Got 99 problems and my girlfriend ain't one. She's great. Be explicit that you want to take her out on a date. It's risky to put yourself out there, but women respond to that. Plan the date out and take the lead. Take a risk by picking out a spot that's nice, by paying for dinner, by offering to pick her up. All these chivalrous things that are risky actually differentiate you and set you apart. Say how you feel, even if it's early. At the end of the first date, If you want to see her again, tell her. The other risk is telling her after the first date that maybe you're not feeling it. But when you close the loop, it can be risky. They might lash out. Maybe they'll take it well. But either way, you guys both learn about what you need, what you want, and you can move forward in your respective paths. And there's so much value behind taking that risk, especially. In my book, I talk about how I used to play it safe and I didn't take risks. I went on around 80 first dates over 12 months of being single. It's 2 different periods, but in the same season of life. And it took me quite a few dates to understand this. Honestly, dating was miserable and I was in my head a lot. And I started to lose faith that I would find a woman that I wanted in my life. But after quite a few dates, something clicked. I got excited to take risks. I started to gamify taking risks. Not like a toxic, I'm messing with them gaming way, but a gamifying life. Dating became an RPG and I was leveling up my skills and I was crushing it. And it felt so good and it took so much less time. And I was just loving every second of it and learning through every experience. All of those first dates taught me that waiting for certainty, looking to know the outcome, is just another form of control. When I started saying what I meant, doing what I wanted, stopped having filters, I let the chips fall where they may. That's when dating became fun and I became sure of myself. Risk doesn't mean reckless. Risk means real. It's how you show up, uncurated, unapologetically yourself, unabashedly yourself. And women can sense that. The women who aren't playing games are going to value that too. And those are often the women who are the most sought after. So let's say you're not convinced by this and you want to continue to avoid taking risks in dating because maybe you feel like you don't need to take risks. I could be wrong, but I think it's highly probable that you're going to end up in one of 3 places and none of them are a fun place to be. I would know. Perpetual confusion is place number 1. You're always guessing about what the woman thinks about you, how she feels, or what she's really saying. This is communication purgatory, and it's called purgatory for a reason. Place number 2 could be surface level connections. Basically, you never go deep enough to create a spark. You have any type of emotional or physical intimacy that you're really amped about, because women are going to sense your hesitation to take risk. So if you don't go in and take risks, they won't. And you're just playing in the kiddie pool. Nobody's diving in the deep end. Not sure where I'm going with that analogy. Place number 3, which often you get to because of places 1 and 2, burnout. Because managing your image, trying to be curated and holding back from taking risks is a very dull, energy-sucking place to be. And it's, believe it or not, easier to burn out. It's like having that corporate office job that you don't hate, but you don't love and nothing changes. You still suffer from burnout from doing the same monotonous shit, as opposed to taking a risk on a business that you either love or that you start yourself or that you believe in the product or the service. That makes you come alive. Most men that I coach and work with are not lazy. They're just exhausted from filtering themselves. They're exhausted from holding themselves back. Their energy is diminished because they're driven by fear to seek approval versus risk to seek reward. You hear a lot from so many different personalities, including myself, about confidence. Confidence is built through repetition. This is why getting in the reps is one of my 13 principles in the book. I have a good friend that told me this expression, which I love. Repetition is the mother of all skills. That is certainly true here, and it certainly builds confidence. I didn't magically become good at dating after my divorce. I asked out thousands of women, literally multiple thousands, whether that was approaching in person, on the apps, asking my friends who they thought I might be compatible with. Out of those thousands of women, I heard back that they were also interested in going on a date or getting to know me for maybe around 300 of them. Out of those 300, I had almost 80 first dates where I set up the date, they actually showed up and they actually followed through. Out of those 80 first dates, I closed the loop on most of them. Some of them closed the loop on me, and I only had 8 second dates. So 10-to-1 ratio. Out of those 8 second dates, I had 3 relationships. One was 2.5 years, one was 3 months. and the other currently is going on 4 months. And I say this not to discourage you, but to encourage you that every rep that doesn't work gets you closer to one of those 3 amazing relationships. That's the real ratio, the risk to reward ratio. What those repetitions gave me and what they'll give you is clarity, conviction, and confidence in who you are. And that shit makes you magnetic. You're not playing a game. It's just who you are, and it's just what you want. And you just remove the filters that get in the way of these intrinsic things. And that's also why the community exists, because we want to encourage each other to run through these repetitions like a rhino charging through a brick wall. Yeah, it might hurt, but if you're designed that way, and if there's a stampede of you, guys can just plow through wall after wall. It's about zooming out and seeing that risk in the moment, the fear in the moment is temporary. It's a short-sighted aspect of this. And you want to look in the long run and see how all these repetitions stack up. They're essentially dominoes. And yeah, if you have thousands of dominoes, it can be daunting to place them all. But then when the first one falls and it works seamlessly and you get to the end, it's worth it. Reps equal results. So how do you start to take healthy risks? First of all, don't expect to just be taking risks without any sense of fear, without your heart beating a mile a minute. It's not going to be overnight, but you will get there as long as you don't quit. There are 3 things that I want to share with you that will help you start getting that momentum of failing forward, that will start helping you take and enjoy taking risks. 1, reframe your rejection story. Rejection is not proof that you're broken, that something's wrong with you, that you lack courage. It's proof that you tried. That's strength and that's courage, not weakness. 2, commit to repetitions. It's just like the gym. It's just like business. I wish they were different, but they're not. The more that you set aside a little bit of time every week to get a few repetitions in, the more muscle you'll build, the more of the dating muscle, the more of the business acumen. It's the same thing. It's about volume and consistency over perfection. So don't have this unreasonable expectation that you're going to approach women perfectly in real life, that you're going to match with all the women you want to on the apps, that all the women are going to show up on the first date. Just focus on getting the reps. The right woman's not going to show up because you waited. She's going to show up because you moved, because you took action. 3, celebrate the risk, not the result. The outcome honestly doesn't matter as much as the action. Take the thousands of women that I approach. If I was focused on the outcome, I would be looking at like a 1%, if that is less than that technically, win rate. But when you win, you don't think about all the losses. You think about, damn, I overcame something tough. There's a ton of gratification. And now I have this woman that I'm dating that I'm so stoked to be in a relationship with. Or I crushed that first date and it felt so good. Me a few dates ago would not have been able to do that. Those are the things that you celebrate. Once you build enough reps, you stop flinching because you no longer fear rejection. You're already taking risks, whether that's in your career, in your business, in gym, in your own personal development, in sports. Don't be the guy that builds everything except for his relationship, except for his dating life, except for his love life. If you want to date smarter, not harder, build real confidence and stop wasting time. You don't need more hacks. You need framework, accountability, community, and reps. That's what we're doing inside the Dating Edge community. You get 50% off until my book drops. I got courses in there about first date conversions, about how to plan the first date, about maximizing your testosterone, because that's super pertinent. Take the next risk by joining the community, and I will help you. We will help you get those damn reps in. Might just be something that changes your reality, changes your story. If this has been helpful to you and you go out and you take some risks, come back to the video and share it below. I want to know how it went, how you feel. I believe in you. Go out there and get it. Till next time.